Happy Tu BiShvat. I'm Mordechai, and one of Israel's favorite trees is the eucalyptus tree. Look how beautiful this tree is. I'd like to introduce you to my colleague Gil from HaShomer HaChadash. Gil, take it away.
The eucalyptus tree is not native to Israel, but does play a very important role in Jewish history. About 120, 130 years ago, Jewish people brought the tree from Australia to Israel in order to drain the swamps. It worked partially because the tree was accustomed to the Australian climate, and most of the roots do not penetrate shallowly into the earth, but deep. So most of the roots did not drink water from the swamps, but from deep water sources.
Even if not effective in drying up swamps and stopping mosquitoes that caused malaria, eucalyptus trees are still beautiful and are used today by the Scout youth groups. Gil, tell us more, please.
Their long and sturdy branches are used by Boy Scouts in their competition to build the tallest and strongest and most creative structures.
As Gil said, the Scouts go into the forests and build these incredible structures. Take a look at them, all built from eucalyptus trees. Wow, these Scouts know what they're doing. Not only do eucalyptus trees remind me of the Scouts youth group and the pioneers and their blood, sweat, tears, and toil to create a gorgeous country, but eucalyptus trees remind me of the famous song written by Naomi Shemer, who I like to call Israel's unofficial national poetess and songwriter. She writes, the eucalyptus grove, the bridge, the boat, and the smell of saltbush on the water. Let's hear the chorus of her famous song. Wow, what an absolutely lovely song. My favorite tale about the eucalyptus tree brings us to the story of the world's greatest spy, Eli Cohen. Israel sends Eli deep undercover and into Syria. There, under a false identity, Eli uncovers Syrian secrets and sends the top secret information to Israel. It was during this time that Syria controlled the Golan Heights, and they used this high ground to attack Israel. One day, super spy Eli Cohen gets to see the Syrian positions overlooking Israel on the Golan. The sun is hot, and Eli is schwitzing, sweating badly, and so are the Syrian soldiers in the bunkers. A light bulb goes off in Eli's brilliant mind as he has a bright idea. He suggests to the Syrians that they plant trees, specifically eucalyptus trees, near all the Syrian positions on the Golan, so the Syrians will have some shade from the hot sun. The suggestion is immediately adopted, and all the Syrian positions get eucalyptus trees planted right next to the bunkers. Unfortunately, Eli meets a tragic fate. He is discovered by the Syrians as an Israeli spy and is hanged. Despite pleas from his wife Nadia, his body has never been returned to Israel. A few years later, Israel has to go to war to stop the Syrians, and it was ready to try and take the Golan Heights. But there was a problem. The Syrian bunkers were well hidden and provided the Syrians with an almost impenetrable defense. It was going to be almost impossible to take the Golan Heights. If only Israel knew where the Syrian bunkers were. Of course they knew. They remembered what super spy Eli Cohen had said. They looked for the eucalyptus trees and they found each one of the bunkers and stopped Syria. The Jewish people are so indebted to Eli Cohen. And of course, to the eucalyptus trees that gave away the Syrian positions. Wow, what an MVT, most valuable tree. I'll see you again soon as we continue our celebration of Tu BiShvat and the incredible trees of Israel. Tu BiShvat Sameach!